Hello friends, let's continue our Jenkins journey. So as of now, we are creating some dummy jobs and we are testing. So let's take some real-time application. Let's try to build. For that, I already have a sample Java application, Java Spring Boot application. So that is called a config server. So I will have a separate video for config server, how it works. But for now, let's assume this is a simple Java Spring Boot application. So in order to build this application, we are going to use the Gradle. So let's create a job for this one already. So here again I am going to use a pipeline job. I am naming it as config server, and for this one we are using a parameter app branch to pass the branch name. So there is another concept called multi-branch pipeline job. So but I am not going to explain about that now. So for now we have to say for which branch I am going to build my application. So for that we need a parameter. So that is the app branch name I am saying. Now I created a one more function called CI/CD. We are going to call this function. So as of now the CI/CD function is a static function. So later we'll convert this as a dynamic function. So let's copy this one. And paste here. Okay, we'll start our Jenkins, then I will explain about this CI/CD Groovy. Let's go and bring up the Jenkins. Okay, so from here we are calling this CI/CD.groovy. So if you take a look here, so I've given them repository URL. So here we are using two containers. One is the Gradle container and another one is the Docker container. So the Gradle container to build our Java application, and I am saying the default container is Gradle. This one we are using a volume /temp. So this is mainly, usually the Java application has to download lot of dependencies. So if you are not using any cache folder, so every time it has to download the complete dependencies, usually it will take a lot of time. So since it is our demo purpose, I'm using host path, but if it is GKE or EKS, so you can provide whatever volumes they are providing in a dynamic way. So usually the best practice to have the separate folder for individual jobs, or at least based on the themes. Accordingly we can mount the folder here. So if you see the same thing here, I am using /temp cache. So you can have your proper volume client with a huge space, and under that you can create a folder based on this job name, and then we can use the same thing here. So for now, to make it simple, let's use /temp cache, and then I'm doing here, if you take the Docker, I mean the application build checkout, this all will happen inside a Gradle container, because we mentioned a default container is Gradle, but for when it goes to Docker, this has to be happen in a specific container called Docker. So that's where we can do Docker build. If you see here, so Docker. So with this one, let's see whether our Jenkins is up and running. I added one more new plugin that is called WS Cleanup plugin. So this is one of the best practice. So whenever, because for each and every job, your shared library will do the checkout. Since we mentioned shared library as implicit, so it's a best practice to clean up after each job's execution. So that's why I put in always condition. Regardless of failure or success, let's clean up our workspace. Yeah, Jenkins is up and running now. Let's access our Jenkins. See, now the new job is created, config server. build with parameters. So here I am going to give branch name, so I am using main branch now. Let's build this. And if you notice, I'm using few more options: timestamps, ANSI color. This is for better color output, and then how many builds I want to keep, and what is the timeout. So this is, we can say, this is default best practices again. So disable concurrent build, it is based on the scenario, but mostly the concurrent builds can cause some problem, so that's why I disable the concurrent build. With this, let's see our Jenkins job. Okay, so you can see the timestamp here, so that's why we are using timestamp option. So I already built this application once, so that's why it is very fast, since we are using the cache path. But if you are doing a build first time, so it will take some time, so we have to wait for that. Again, if you see, it is going with the Docker build. And one more thing, so this is the pod template created by Jenkins. So here we can see we usually we are giving two containers from our end, right? So Gradle and Docker, but by default your Jenkins will create one more container. So Jenkins inbound agent. So this is the this sidecar container is responsible for updating the logs, your status, everything back to the Jenkins master. I think it is done. Yeah, it is success now. So it is done the workspace cleanup as well. So yeah, we are good. So thanks for watching this video. Let's catch up during our next video.